mind-blowing information, critical information about OMG Live that's going to forever change OMG Live from this point forward. So we have some amazing news to share with you about that that's going to make everyone happy. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to I don't want to steal any thunder from these guys, but what we do is Mike, anytime that they're blown away by something, Derek and I started this 9 months ago, is if they truly feel that their mind is blown by something, we make them put in #mindblown. So I know that they're going to do this tonight. So what I'm going to do is introduce you guys. I'm going to tell them the subject that you guys are going to do, and I guarantee you that just on the subject, let's watch and see how many #mindblows we're going to get, and let's see how many that we get after. But guys, these guys are going to show you tonight how to use Dropbox for hosting. Give me a #mindblown if you, just the subject alone is like, what? Are you kidding me? Guys, that's what these guys do. I told you didn't want to miss this. It sounds crazy, but they're going to walk you through it, and I'm excited to watch them get the business on this. So guys, we have almost 400 people on here. Let them see before they start. Guys, when they're done, guys, if Mike doesn't feel the love, he might not ever want to come back. Whenever you're done and you've enjoyed the lesson, and if it did blow your mind, I want you to do #mindblown again to let them know. But Mike, what I'm going to ask you is who needs to take over the screen, you or Derek, so I can give you guys a presenter.
I think I'll grab it for now.
Great. Let me go ahead and give it to you. You should have it. If not, try to take it yourself because you're an organizer.
All right.
Okay.
I got it. I think you gave it to me.
Yep.
I think it worked. All right. So actually, this is actually going to tie directly into some of those questions, and there were some that weren't answered about building links underneath PBNs and things like that. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to take a look how we can be really lazy like me and get a few links popped up really quick to a PBN or a bum PBN. And right now we're actually going to use a bum PBN method that Derek had gone over a little while ago in one of the other Director's Cut webinars, which is a Tumblr that's hosting a actual PBN over there. So that's something I think they can they find that, Derek?
Yeah, somewhere.
Somewhere. So it is in a recording. That's all I'm asking. Is it recorded somewhere?
Derek and I did the lesson. It's like actually under my.
I think we actually made a module. Yeah, we actually made a.
If you scroll down under Cotton Grammar Coaching, it'll be under my modules, right there.
So what we've got here is it's actually perfect for this type of bum PBM because we've got a post that we're promoting that has a link to an Amazon product. We've got a couple tags, okay? And I like to do stuff really quickly. So I found a way to actually use Dropbox to do that. And you can get all three links, especially when it's tied to a persona, you can get all three links if you're going to be putting time into it. One of the links does require a pro account. I like that link, so I usually use it in my personas. But we'll get started, I guess. And really, when you go over to Dropbox, you're going to create your account, and you're going to jump in there, and there is a URL we're going to give you. And that URL is Dropbox enable public URL. And if you drop that into your browser when you're logged into your account, that's actually going to go over and it's going to enable, let's see, did I type it wrong, right? I might have already enabled it. There we go. There we go. Not HTML. I'm sorry, guys. I'll get you the right link in chat instead of the one in the file. So we're going to send the email. You've got to actually verify that. So we'll verify that really quickly, and we'll get in there. We'll start making a link for ourselves. So I built a file for you guys. It's just a little HTML file that you can upload into your Dropbox, and you can go as beautiful and pretty as you want with this. So I'll show you a sample of what we do sometimes for some of the stuff we want to push a little bit harder if it's going towards a money site. So this is a sample of the link you can pull out of Dropbox So you can build a full website if you want to, and you can actually host, you know, everything you want to on it. But for this purpose, we're just pushing the PBN that's already on top. So we're already back away from our money site, so we don't care as much as what it looks like at this level of tier, we'll call it. So I'm going to enable the folder, and it's going to get us into the public folder. So we have this file here, and it's got instructions in there for you guys. It's really easy. You just open it up in a notepad, and you can copy and paste any of the stuff that you want to. So there's one thing when we copy and paste in there I want to make sure you guys understand. We're going to put a video in this file. So we're taking a YouTube embed, and that's the same YouTube embed that's on this PBN. It doesn't have to be, but one of the key points of this YouTube embed is that Google is very nepotistic. They like their own properties. They want to see their own properties find traffic and get users on it. So when you have a Google embed like a YouTube video or a custom map, they're much more likely to index and keep your pages indexed when you're using their properties and you're embedding their properties in their content. So that's one takeaway I really want you guys to kind of write down and note, is that you should have some sort of Google embed property if you're doing this type of linking underneath your PBNs. So we just copy and paste that right where it says put your embed code there. And then we can grab an article. For articles, I tend to use stuff off of eZine with a little spin, but ineedarticles.com is a really good place to get really cheap stuff. However, for me, it's a little bit, I don't like waiting. I'm very impatient. So I'm going to go ahead and use some spin tax here. So we've got we copied that in, and if we want to make it look a little bit prettier than what it's going to look like, we could take half of that and put it on the other side of this link that we're going to put in there. We're going to change our anchor text to, in this case, we are pushing a page that links out with Amazon.com. So we can actually use something that's kind of like market level. So we could use iSerum would be a good anchor text for one of these pages. So we'll go ahead and use that. We'll use iSerum, and we can change the title of the page, and we definitely want to use something that is going to push the theme up to that PBN. And by push the theme up to that PBN, what I mean is we're theming this content, this page, so that it shows Google, hey, my PBN is being linked to by some page that is about that. So now there's this theme coming in, and we're getting this theme behind our PBN. Sometimes our PBN links aren't themed, so this kind of helps throw a little bit more theme into there for you. So we're going to do Elite iSerum in this case. And then at that point, we're done. I think we got what we need. So we're going to save that index file. And then we're going to go back to Dropbox. Let me go back to the root. Load. Yeah, I enabled it twice. They were mad at me. So we're just going to right-click, and we're going to upload that file. And that's the index file. So once we get that uploaded, there's something, we can go ahead and make this public. So we take this link, and what you're going to see with this link is when you put it in here and you look at this link that they give you straight off the bat, they're giving you a link that's not going to benefit you, right? So we've got a link, and we can make sure you don't do what I do when you actually change your H1 instead of leaving it title goes here, or you make silly mistakes like I do. But this URL is a no index, no follow, so it won't pass any link juice to you. But what if when you change that subdomain, and the subdomain is the www, we're going to type in DL. So the DL.dropbox.com, and we're going to hit enter. And that's going to give us the actual page that can be indexed, and we can push towards the actual PBN. So we've got one link. We'll record that link, right? So we've got that one. Now the other ones are really quick too. So we go back to Dropbox, get into our folder.
Hey Mike, if we could.
Yes, absolutely.
I'd like know everybody right here, guys. If you're following everything that's going on, give me a 1. If you need for us to go over some stuff, give me a 2. Give me a 2. So we got half and half here. if like you could just do, I like think that some are getting it that are advanced. I like think the newbies are just, guys, listen, we need feedback. Give me a 5 if you'd like for us to just briefly go over the steps one more time verbally. Give me a 5. So if like you could just give a quick recap for them, everything up to this point, then when they watch the video, then they can go back and then they can know.
Absolutely.
Sure, thank you.
So what we've got is we created a Dropbox account. And when we go into our new Dropbox account, we're going to take a URL, and that URL is enable public folder. And we can get this file, we can get this instruction somewhere where they can download it or whatnot, and I'll throw up a zip file. Does that work? I have a file for them to actually use to upload. Absolutely. Is there a place we can stick that for them? Okay, perfect.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So we go back to Dropbox. You guys got me still because my mic just went out for a second. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. So we go back to Dropbox and we drop in the enable public folder URL. And in this case, it's probably going to kick me straight there because I already have it enabled. But that's the URL that will actually enable you to share files on the internet. And they don't do that by default. They don't give you that folder anymore by default. They make you work for it a little bit. So once we're in there, you guys are going to have a file, and it's an HTML file, so it's a little bit of homework for you, but that file is labeled, and what you do is you put your title in where it says title goes here. So we type in iSerum. We're not going to do the same thing as that we did in the actual title. So we've got a title for the page, which is right here, and we've got a title for the H1 tag, which is the on-page title, not in the browser. We're going to do something like beauty tips for your eyes. Just something that's themed but isn't the same thing as the first title that you see there in the file. And then there'll be an area where you can paste in your video. If you're promoting a video in your campaign, this is a good place to get another embed for your video. Or if you're doing local, then I really recommend using like a My Maps or custom maps like Derek teaches. They work really well, and they will keep the pages indexed. And then you paste your content where it tells you to paste your content. So that content can come from wherever you want it to come from. You can take all the time in the world and write it and make it beautiful, or you can grab something that'll just, you know, a rewritten article that'll just get you in the indexed. There's also a place where you can put your anchor text, and that's labeled as well. So that's where you're going to put your anchor text that's going to point to the actual Tumblr post. And in this case, we're on a URL called dropboxusercontent.com, and that is going to link to this URL here. This is vbeautyskin. It's at tumblr.com. And what Derek did with this method is he's hosting the actual PBN on Tumblr. So when you go to the subdomain, which is your vbeautyskin.tumblr.com, it's going to move over to the actual post on the .com domain. And what this does is it gives us a buffer where we can point a strong link at, and we're not going to have we're not going to just be one hop away. So we get a couple hops away from our website, which gives us a little bit more protection in the long run when we're building links to PBNs. You know, when we start to get 1, 2 tiers away, the theme and the power will flow up, but it's a little bit harder to get penalized by the speed of your links when you start to build links at this stuff. Can we just check and make sure everybody is on sure. Point at this point? And make sure they got it.
Give me a 7 if you're a whole lot more clear over the last rundown than you were before. Give me a 7. Great. Now remember, we got the replay. You got straight 7s across the board now. That was perfect.
Cool.
Great.
Awesome, guys. So this link is the public Dropbox user content, and that link points to the post on the Tumblr blog. And that's key. That's the most powerful link we're going to build, so we want that to go directly to that post. The next link we can build is really easy to build. We're logged into our account, so we can go over to, we'll just go over to my.droppages.com. And this subdomain here on droppages.com will just give you a place to sign in. Since you're logged into Dropbox, There's nothing you have to do here except hit the button. Let's see. That's the wrong account, of course. They've got me logged. So what you do here is you drop. I'm going to log into a different account because it's going to be cookied on here unless I clear everything. I'm not going to do that in front of everybody. So let me log out real quick, guys. Sorry about that. So when we log in, where's the log out?
You can pause sharing your screen if you need to.
Oh, it's yeah. Let me do that and try to clear it real quick.
Yeah, cool.
All right. Where is it? Pause. Is that paused?
Yeah.
All right, right on.
Pause right now. We can't see nothing but a white screen.
Cool. Let me try to fix that for you guys.
So guys, you will be seeing a white screen, we understand. Just logging out, clearing stuff out, and we'll be back on. Guys, if you're not super pumped about this so far, some pretty amazing stuff, is it not? Give me a 9 if you're just blown away so far. We're not even done. I mean, this is some crazy, crazy stuff. Exactly. I mean, and you're even going to be more blown away when you hear about the news after they get done. So this is just, you know what? And Mike, this is kind of your throwaway stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the stuff that I wanted people to see because it's helpful.
Right.
It's very, very, very helpful. It's how we kind of push our PBNs. But it kind of fits together with some of the other stuff we're going to go over in the future and at live. So
right.
Let me...
Sure. And guys, I'd like to see a couple people say it's over your head, but I'm going to tell you something. It's okay because you're going to get the replays of all of this. And when you need it, it's going to be there. It's going to click after a while. You're going to go back, go, man, I was on that webinar now. This is what I need to do. You're going to go back to it. And just remember to mark the date down. You know, it's September 23rd that we went over Dropbox hosting. So guys, you need to start taking your own notes so you can know back what to go to quickly for your own stuff. Because I know a lot of you say, come on, we don't know what webinar's what, but you can be tallying this stuff down yourself. So don't get stressed out if you don't understand it now. It'll be helpful later.
All right, I'm going to start sharing again.
Great.
All right, so we went over to my.droppages.com and we hit sign in. And we're going to click create a new site. And in this, so we can pick our subdomain now. And if we're promoting something that is about beauty, we're going to try to go with something that's about beauty. So eye beauty serum. Get a little kind of partial match in there. I'm sorry, I got to put in the actual full. Here you have to put in the full domain path, which is droppages.com, or they won't create for you. So we're going to let them create the site. And now what they've done is they've actually created instantly for us, they've created this, this template for us. And let's go there. I'll come back. Where you at? Eye beauty serum. There we go. All right, so they've created this template for us, and what we can do is the same thing we did over on the other link is we go back into Dropbox. This is Samantha. So we use the same email for all of this that we use if we create a persona for our PBN. And what that will do is it just ties everything together in our spreadsheet or however we're tracking what we're doing with each PBN that we have there. So once we get logged into Dropbox, they will have created a folder called apps. So we go into this apps folder, we go to my drop pages, and then we go into eyebeautyserum.droppages.com. And in the content template, there's a little index.txt file that we're going to download. And we're going to open that and edit that. And what we have here, we'll look, just kind of explain it, we'll go back to the page and look at it. So we have Hello World, and then underneath that we have My New Homepage. And I will put a template into this little package for you guys so it's a little bit easier and you don't have to kind of write all this stuff yourself. And what you do is then you're going to re-upload. That's it right there. Let's see. So you're going to re-upload this with your content in it. So what we've added here, we're going to add that video that we added into the other file. Where'd you go? All right, let's see. Basically, take the content. We're going to have 3 links, so we have 3 articles saved. So at this point, you should have those articles with you, or at least saved on your computer somewhere. And we're going to drop that into the index.txt file, and that can go above the content, or above the embed, I should say. So we're going to change Hello World to Beauty Products because we want to stay on theme. We're going to link with this link. What we're going to look at here is we have 2 tags on this hosted blog. So we'll call this the hosted PBN. This is the PBN in the bum PBN method that is actually on Tumblr. So we're going to go to one of these tag pages, and we're going to grab that tag URL and drop that into our anchor text, or our href, which is our link. So we put that there, and that's going to be labeled for you guys. And our anchor text can become something like serum for your eyes, because we're staying on theme again, and we don't want to do the same thing over and over at this point. We just want to pass the trust of these few domains up to the PBN so we get a little bit more strength on our PBNs. With our embed, we're going to, again, take this same YouTube video, and we're going to embed that. Right where it says embed, and that'll be labeled in that. And then what we have here, we can just save this file, and we're going to save that into the same directory we're working out of, so we're staying organized. At least we're pretending to stay organized, because I'm really not an organized person, but it looks good though. So back to Dropbox after we've saved that file. We're going to go back into that same apps folder, and we're just going to upload, and we're going to go to that same file that you saved that index file in, and we're going to upload that file. Then we're going to pretend it's uploading, and we can have the Jeopardy music there, Derek. Close that.
Hey, Mike,
yeah, go ahead.
While we're waiting on this, there's a couple questions here from some of the newer people. And it's just it's good that we answer it. They want to know, what's the purpose of doing all this?
So what we're doing here is we've got if we're on a PBN and we have, like, the questions that were asked earlier is, do you put links in an internal page, or do you put them all on your home page? And Derek's response was, well, a site with links only on the home page sometimes can be a trigger if people are looking at it, if maybe your competitor has reported you and they're trying to find a pattern. So sometimes we like to put links on internal pages, and for that we need to boost up the power of that page, because those don't have all the links pointing to it that that home page had. So what we're doing here is we're putting a link to that post, and we're putting a link to the tags that are in that post that link back to the post. So we're kind of creating this mini net of lovely link juice and pushing it all to the post that we're putting on the internal page. Is that clear for that question? That whoever asked that, can you just give me, or Cotton can do that, but I just want to make sure that makes sense.
Sure. Guys, if that makes sense, give me a 9, so that makes sense. Great. We're getting 9s.
All right. So there's one more link we can grab really easily, and that link is over at Kisser. And Kisser is KISR.com. Kisser is actually fine. It will throw an error in some browsers, but like it's not trusted, but it's not on a malicious list or anything, so it is a fine site to use. It just has a certificate error that sometimes flags antivirus. And so here we can create our Kisser site. So again, we're going to go with pretty products, get some variation in there. And we're going to create that site. And we're going to allow them to create that site for us. So we've got our site, we've got our URL, we've got prettyproducts.kisser.com. And we're going to go back to Dropbox, and we're going to go up a file to apps. And now we'll see that there's a Kisser folder that's been created for us. So we'll go into our site there, and we'll see that there is actually an index.html file. And what that looks like, I'll show you what you get when you first open this thing up. Let's grab it here, it'll be easier. So we get this template, and it's the same kind of thing as with the index template that we had from Drop Pages. We're going to go back into Dropbox, and we're going to download that file. And we're going to, just for not writing things over, we're going to call it something like great.html. All right, so we're going to open that same file up. So we got great here. We're going to edit that file. And I will modify, and I actually have it modified for you guys. So it's a little bit easier than what you're looking at here when you guys actually get that stuff. But the best way to do it, I find, when I'm teaching people how to do this, is to look at the text that's on page. So we know that we've got a big title here that's Welcome to Kisser. So we're going to go in and we're going to look for Welcome to Kisser. And right here we see, right in the side of this, is called an H1 tag, is Welcome to Kisser. So we can call this, let's go with, so we put our H1 in there, and we got our title in there. So we're going to take a look again, and we see this file is located in your Dropbox under Apps Kisser. This is where the content's going to go. So we're going to jump back into that file. We're going to find that content there, and we're going to grab our next article. We're going to go back into our file and paste it right where that file was located. We're going to take the same video. Again, the video is important. It doesn't always have to be the same video. You can use multiple videos from your clients, or even a topical video. We really just want a video or something from Google to be embedded in the page so that it has better love and better luck in the index. So we're going to just put that right below where we put the content, or right next to the content. And then we can put our link in there as well. So we'll grab actually the secondary tag. So instead of skin and beauty, we're going to grab anti-aging, or instead of skin, elite serum. And that's going to be our next link. So what we do is right here, we replace that. We're going to put that in the template that we're editing. And that can go right below the video is fine, or if you want to put it in the content, that's okay too if you're more comfortable doing that. But it'll be templated to where you can see it. So we've got our new tag linked to, and we're going to change this. Let's change it to eye cream just to get it a little bit different. And then we're going to go back to Dropbox. Right there. And we're going to upload that file, which is called Great. I'll make sure it uploads. So we got it. So we can go back to Kisser, and we can go to great.html and see what we made. And then we'll kind of look at the map so you guys kind of understand what we did when we did the actual creation of this. So we've got a very pretty website. There's, like I said, there's a lot more you can do if you want to go all out with this. I don't do it that much anymore because I'm just looking for something that's very quick that I can have my VA or my staff or somebody push up really quick when I want to promote a PBN and get a little bit of push underneath that PBN and some more power to an internal post. So the map, basically this is what we just built. All right, so this might make it look a little bit more understandable. The first link we created was on Dropbox user content, and we linked up to the post that's on the actual Tumblr subdomain, which points back over to the hosted post. And we had 2 tags on that post. So we created 2 more links, and each one points up to its individual tag that points up to that post. And that post at the top, the hosted PBN post, points to our client site or our lead gen site. So I'm sure there's going to be questions on that graphic if we want to field that now. Or Derek, do you want to add anything there?
Not really. I mean, like the whole purpose of this is mostly just so that you guys don't have to just use PBNs to push things up. And I mean, like, your playground is the entire internet, right? And you can find links all over the place that you can build like really powerful tier 1 or tier 2 links. And some of these strategies are going to really help your if you're doing domain authority stacking. This is a really good stack, basically, right? So it's just getting you used to doing things more than just one way, but multiple ways of building links. So get more push out of your PBNs. These links on the 2nd and 3rd tier actually have a really high efficiency rate of actually pushing that keyword value all the way up to your money site, right? So it's not like when you go out and you're trying to build up your money site, you don't just have to keep building new links to the site, but you can keep building links to previously existing links to a client site or your own site or whatever you're doing, and you can get more and more push and more juice out of those links that way. So
Derek hit on something that really, really works for me if I'm working on a site that already has age. One of the first things I do with a new site is look at the links that are already existing and grab those links and kind of do this right underneath their links, and just like we did it to the PBN. And it has basically, it tells Google what that link is about, which all passes back up to the actual link that's going to the target site.
Great. Guys, how many of you understand this right now or follow me along with us? Give me a 2. If you're still a little confused about this, give me a 3. It's okay. I just kind of want to see where we're at. Wow, we got all 2s across the board. It's great.
Yeah, there's going to be a replay, so I mean, you can just pause it and then build it at the same time, and look at there's going to be a little worksheet there, so make it a lot easier. It is one of the more complicated ways of doing stuff, but
guys, just with where we're at right now, you can see that this is Mike's and Derek's kind of throwaway stuff right now. I mean, what I want you to do for me is, after we've seen this, guys, please go over to the OMG Wave Facebook group. Now's the time. If your mind's truly been blown by them showing you this, give me a hashtag mind blown. Let's like head back over there. Let's like show them. I'm like manning that group right now. We have close to well over 400 people on right now, and just show them. Remember, Mike is on here on his own free time. Derek's on here on his own free time. These like guys are throwing down, dropping knowledge on us like this. You're probably not going to see in many other places. And we're very, very, very fortunate to have these guys on here. And just let them know that you're blown away. But guys, do you guys have anything else you need to go over with this? Or do you want to field a couple questions from people?
Yeah, let's field questions. There are other things that we do with this, but I think we'll go into that at a different time instead of tonight.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, like a lot of people are asking if we power these links up. Yeah, we do. Otherwise, they're very difficult to get indexed. But at least when you're using Google properties, I find that they know exactly where their videos are being posted. It gives them a lot of inside information about the traffic of the page, et cetera, like that. So that's why embedding anything like a YouTube video or custom maps or even my business page those really help with indexing. You usually don't even need links to even get those indexed. So
great. You guys can just go ahead and field the questions yourself and let
sure.
Marker.
How many of these can you do in one account before having to switch up? Do you think, Mike?
Don't listen to what I do. I would try to keep it. I would try to keep it to clusters or personas. Like if you have more than one blog in a persona, you got a persona with 3 blogs, then go ahead and push all 3 of them because it makes sense. You know, but I wouldn't start doing it across all of your stuff because then you're going to create a footprint for yourself outside of everything else.
So, but you don't actually need like a new Dropbox account for every single PBN you do. But if you're doing it to those same PBNs that are all linking to the same money site, then trouble. I probably would. Yeah, that's trouble. But if they're all different clients, different setups, it's kind of like a one-time use per client, same account. So it's the same thing as like when we talk about hosting and PBNs. You know, it's like you can still use that same IP address on multiple money sites as long as they're not linked together at all, right?
Okay. Come on, guys, get the questions in. We just went over pretty complex stuff. Everyone should have a lot of questions about this. So unless you're just waiting to watch a replay before you got the questions. So it said, according to my understanding, Dropbox allows 10 gigabytes per day and 250 gigabytes per paid Dropbox accounts. Would this affect bandwidth limits?
If you're getting traffic through it, it would affect bandwidth limits, but you're not going to be getting traffic through this, so no.
Yeah.
People want to know, besides PBNs, are there faster ways to power up these things up? And we will say PBNs is how you need to power them up. So let's see, Mike, you used a tweak to a Dropbox URL to get a do follow link. Missed what changed to what?
Absolutely. Give me a second. So when you go into your public folder, any file in there will give you this share link. And that basically has a www. We're going to change the www to a DL. And it's going to redirect for you.
Which I believe is a 301, right?
It is, but it's through a they block it with robot stuff. Yeah, so unfortunately you can't power it up through it, but yeah, so you got to just change that www to DL. It used to be a 301 direct, and then they got smart and they blocked it.
Here's someone that's kind of, that needs to get it wrapped around their head a little bit more. They said, I'm a little confused how a Tumblr page constitutes as a PBN.
Derek, you want to explain what you did here just briefly, or?
Oh, well, sure. I mean, that whole method was to show people an alternative method to hosting because a lot of people when you're just starting out, a lot of people don't want to spend a ton of money on hosting, and I completely understand that because, a lot of times you're working, you have a daytime job, and then you're putting a lot of money into just buying the PBNs. And the PBN bum method was just a way for you to use these open sites like Tumblr, and there's like Weebly, and there's a document somewhere in OMG that you can just use these sites, and you can hide in plain sight, and you're going to be on IPs with like Tumblr. Their whole network is all on the same. I think they have one IP for the whole thing, So this way, you actually get the juice flowing from the Tumblr URL, which is, I believe, DA98, and to whatever PBN you buy. So there's an instant redirect. So it's an instant stack right there. So it's a little bit stronger than just hosting the domain on its own, and you're saving money. So it's free.
Yeah, and this push, it's kind of part of it because of that explanation Derek just gave with the DA coming from the hosted, the Tumblr blog and then to the hosted PBN. It's pretty powerful.
Great. One of the question is how many of these are safe to create on a money page?
As in pushing the money directly with Dropbox.
Yeah, they want to know. They just want to know how many of these are safe to create on one page.
I would do one process for basically a post. I wouldn't do more than one for a post.
Great.
That's post, so that you can add it up. It's like
yeah, you can add it up. Yeah, absolutely.
It says,
sorry,
why
it
would
is safe to go to? It is safe to go direct to your money safe, but you're going to spend. You want to make sure that your the content's going to be a lot better and the look and stuff like that. So
that's when you get back to the designed ones and spend more time on it.
Here we go, and this is a good question for these guys. There's some more experienced people that are here. It says, now these Dropbox sites are going to be PA1. How is something like this better than, say, another Web 2.0 blast, FCS network or GSA, et cetera? I think there's a flaw in my understanding.
Yeah, no, see, for me, I want to keep those kind of automated tools further back from my money site. So this gives you another buffer layer to push back just another level so that you have a little bit more room with velocity when it comes to what you're doing with the automated tools.
Great. So let's see here. It says, can we use this method to wake up a PBN?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Okay. It says, will you host your SEO site on Tumblr to get more power? Example, Iowa City SEO.
Not my SEO sites, but
it's not my brand, no.
Right. Great. Well, guys, if there's no more questions right here, what I want you guys to do is to just thank Mike and Derek especially. So, guys, head over to the OMG Way group. I just want you to say thanks, Mike. Thanks, Derek. You guys, make sure you're tagging the right Michael Pierce. It's some guy that's probably sitting there and we broke his phone. It's not even the right one. So make sure, but guys, let's make sure and thank them. Make them feel welcome here for this lesson. And we are definitely been mind blown by all of this sort of stuff. So let's get these pouring in, guys. Need to see at least a couple hundred of these before we get to some amazing news about OMG Live. It's going to forever change OMG Live as we know it. So, guys, if you're also, while you're thanking him, we've got some mind-bending news that we're going to share with you. Now, you've just seen what we've went over, and we've got some news. I've even got someone even more special to come on and explain it with me. And he has been, we won't say that he's a stowaway, but he's one of our honored guests who's holding down the southern part of my state. I'm holding down the central part of the state. He's holding down the southern part. My buddy, my friend, Mike Long.
I've got help. Liz is down here helping me right now.
Yep.
Trying to keep it held solid. Listen, this is really exciting news, Cotton, and I want to first start by once again bringing the focus back to you where it belongs, because I want to point out, and I would really like everyone here to thank Cotton. Number one, the very existence of OMG Live Nashville this year, which was not a foregone conclusion. It was not. Of course, we loved OMG Live. We care about it very, very much, and we pour so much heart and soul in it. And just with everything that's been going on behind the scenes, with integrating Amazon and all the wonderful other things that we've been, just pouring juice into the OMG members area, then it was like we really needed somebody. If OMG Live was going to happen, somebody just had to step up and really pour heart and soul into it. And that person was Cotton. And I think everyone probably recognizes that, but it's kind of an easy thing to let it slip out of your mind. And the funny thing is, even if you're not going to OMG Live, incredible good things are coming into all of OMG because we did OMG Live. Several wonderful things that we've gotten from Derek when we released the ERP. All these things, many other things that went on are literally because we did OMG Live. So my point is, if we hadn't done OMG Live this year, of course, it's been a proud part of OMG history at this point, but if we had not done OMG Live this year, like literally all of OMG would be less wonderful. It would still be wonderful, but it would be less wonderful, and it really would be. And so I would love for everybody to jump in that OMG Way Facebook group. And we don't really, I mean, do we really even thank Cotton enough? I mean, I personally just don't think so. You know, and of course, there's many individuals in the audience that probably thank him enough, but you know, we could even thank him more. I would really love to see. What did Cotton say? We got around 400 people on here today. I would love to see 400. Thank you, Cotton Grammars. If you want to try to make for somebody else, you know, kind of like pick up some of the extra weight, you can always say it twice or say it in 2 clever ways. But really, it's been incredible. And in fact, Cotton just did such an amazing job with OMG Live Nashville that it pretty much made the possibility of something else open up. So first of all, I want to take a look here and just see, like, personally, I just want to admire all these thank yous for Cotton coming in. I see we're over 1,000 Cotton thank yous today. David Hood says, thanks, Hammer. Yeah, it's awesome. I see Travis is posting. I see a lot of people posting, thank you, Cotton. And surely everybody here has been really touched by Cotton. I'm kind of just zeroing in on one thing. It's not as if, you know, that's the only thing that Cotton's done inside of OMG. Anyways.
You know, Mike, one of the things that I was really sad about is you know, we really sold out OMG Live so quickly and left a lot of people out. Mm-hmm. And I know that you, David, and, you know, and a lot of us tried to get together and see what we could do to, you know, like accommodate all that sort of stuff. And it's kind of the brainchild of what we're getting ready to speak about.
Yeah, that's true. And we have a couple ways that we're going to tackle this. You're absolutely right, Cotton. And really, we just didn't expect this, you know, this shockwave that we've had. It's been really, really exciting. I know that everybody read David Mills's sales letter, got really, really excited about it. And so we have found a way to kind of kill two birds with one stone, to really make the pie bigger yet again. And this is how David Mills does it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paste a link into the OMG Way Facebook group. And of course, it's going to be, you know what, it's going to be so impossible. I'm not going to post it in the main thread because I know that I personally cannot even usually comment because there's so many awesome comments coming in. A lot of times I can't even get a word in edgewise. So I'm posting a new link, and I'm about to post it now. 3, 2, the bomb is about to drop. The bomb is about to drop. Wait for it. Wait for it. Boom. I just dropped the bomb. So we're going to go over to this page. Cotton, would you mind clicking on this link? And I'm going to... Sure. It's sorry, it's outside of that. Yeah. It's...
That's okay. Let me go ahead and bring it up.
All right, so here we go. Mm-hmm. Oops. It's the wrong link. It's supposed to be omgmachines.com/live2.php. I don't know what happened. I wonder if I posted the wrong link.
That is the link I've got.
That's the link that I posted. Yeah.
See that link? I'm going to hit it.
Yeah, omgmachines/live2.php is supposed to work, but it's not working for you. All right, can you just try typing in raw omgmachines.com/live2.php?
Hold on, live.
Yeah.
Went back. Hold on. Let me clear this out. Maybe I just need to hand it over to you if I can't get it because it's not going to let me. Don't even let me spell it out. You can go ahead and take control of the screen if you want to.
Should I take control of the screen? Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
All right. So this is exciting. I'm gonna go ahead and take control of the screen. Let's figure out which one of these is actually me. I guess I'm the other Mike Long.
Copy.
All right. Are people currently seeing my screen? Are you seeing my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, here we go. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to basically read this letter from David to you with my commentary. This is from the desk of David Mills. This is hot off the presses. This actually hit my email inbox at 9:15. So it was already well into, we were already well into assimilating you today when David Mills sent this out to me. and then he's forwarded it to Cotton. And so I'm going to read this on behalf of all of us here. David Mills here on behalf of Mike Long, Greg Morrison, Cotton Grammer, Derek Wasiak, Stephen Floyd, Liz Herrera, Mike Pierce, Josh Werb, and many others, including, of course, Street Smart, Joe Marfolio, and Fletch. There's an unplanned add-on event that's come about that will take place the 2 days immediately following OMG Live in the same hotel. I didn't stutter. It is happening. This all came about because of a $10,000 event in mid-September involving Derek and Mike Pierce. Okay? And I'll tell you this. This is not like a so-called 10K event. I, Mike Long, personally paid $10,000 to go to this event. And I'll just tell you this right now. Derek and Mike Pierce were incredible. Okay? Now, in order for us to do something great for Derek and Mike Pierce, who've helped us all year and who'll help us more in years to come, we decided to make an add-on event in the 2 days following OMG Live. And the huge news is that in order to greatly benefit OMGers, this event, which is comparable, not identical, but comparable to that $10,000 event that I personally just attended, it'll be the same price for NHB members as the main event is. So that may sound a little bit convoluted, but long story short, Derek and Mike Pierce just hosted an event. I personally went to it. They were a part of a great event. I went to it personally. I personally paid $10,000 out of my own pocket to go to the event. I watched it, and I'm here to tell you, Derek and Mike Pierce were incredible. They dropped bomb after bomb. It was amazing. And they've been such a wonderful part of OMG, both working in front of the scenes and behind the scenes. We wanted to find a way to benefit everybody. And so we found a way by taking a comparable event. It's not the same event. It's not the same things being taught, but it truly is comparable to that $10,000 event. And we're bringing it to you the 2 days following OMG Live. And this is going to be of great benefit to all of OMG, including that it is the reason that you're able to have Mike Pierce here today. And that's just one thing that's very beneficial. Now, I'm going to move on the letter, and I'll go on and make some explanations. Now, remember, on the main OMG Live letter, I explained that OMG Live was OMG's version of a $10,000 mastermind event, but the price is $19.79. Now, every word of that, as usual, is true. This add-on is the same. It's exactly comparable to a highly successful $10,000 event that happened just days ago. The main event and this extra add-on event are also very comparable to each other. Attend both if you can. If you can only attend one, you will not lose either way. Both are about the same length and style, with wall-to-wall, hardcore secrets revealed in a non-disclosure environment. Now, this is just the nature of SEO. In NHB, you learn a ton, and you are fully equipped to succeed. But with SEO, there's pretty much always more that you can learn to get better and to deal with more varied situations, to have more tools in your toolbox. And, OMG Live is our way of expanding what we could otherwise give you. And as I said again and again, it's also our way of ensuring that we have more inside of our main program each year. You see, the very existence of OMG Live has massively benefited all of OMG because it allows us to bring training, tips, and secrets into our main membership area that we would not be able to bring on otherwise. So it's a win-win-win all around. This is no difference. Now, you're going to hear more specifics on webinars like today, and David will probably add some details to this letter, but this add-on event will be very, 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 very worth it. Obviously, David Mills, not one for hyperbole, but there you have it. Not one, not two, not three, but four worth it. Okay? is worth it. If you're inclined to learn some very high level and effective SEO techniques, Derek and Mike Pierce have been and will continue to provide training inside of NHB, such as being on webinars like today. But they have a lot to share, and some of what they know is only appropriate to be taught in a small group setting offline. Now, OMG is facilitating this and bringing it to you at a drastically low price because Derek and Mike Pierce view OMGers as family. But this isn't some sort of planned upsell or anything along those lines. This came about by serendipity, totally organically, and will be to the benefit of all OMG members, regardless of whether you're just in the online program or if you just come to the main event, because there will be an extra in the main event now. You got it right. We've actually added to what you're going to be getting at the main event at OMG Live Nashville. A very significant addition that I think is going to really get people excited. All right. So not only has the normal OMG membership benefited, like Project Breakthrough and Director's Cut and so forth, by the very existence of the main OMG Live event and this add-on event, but the main OMG Live event, the one that will occur for the first 2 days, is benefiting because of the addition of the new event. Bottom line, it's a win-win-win all around. Everybody wins because this is happening, and that's what makes this such exciting news. Now, to make sure the offer is clear, there is no change to the main OMG Live event other than that we will be adding none other than Mike Pierce, who you've met today, as a bonus speaker as well. A ticket to the main event is still just for Friday night through Monday afternoon. A ticket to the add-on is separate and open to NHBers on a first-come, first-served basis until we sell out. We only have half the ballroom for the add-on, so there's only half as many seats as there are for the main event. And I'm sorry, there's literally nothing we can do about that. We've done everything we can with the hotel. We've negotiated. We've tried to buy off the other group. There's nothing we can do at this point. That add-on, unfortunately, that's the one thing we really wish it could be full size so everybody can come. Unfortunately, it's only going to be half size. Now, for, let's see. Here we go. So tickets to the main event and the add-on event are the same price, or about $4,000 total if you attend both, which I highly recommend. The content of both events is absolutely stunning. For those of you who cannot come, know that we have some terrific training lined up for NHB in the upcoming months and years. And OMG Live is a good chance for us to develop relationships with various savant-level OMGers who aren't official coaches. You have been and will continue to reap great benefits because of the relationship built and solidified at OMG Live. Note, after purchasing, you'll be taken to the same little members area as the main OMG Live event. But don't let that confuse you. The ticket for the add-on event is Monday night, November 16th through Wednesday evening, November 18th. Buttons to purchase are right below. And then there's a cancellation policy, which is that until October 12th, you can cancel and get all but $100 of your payment back. After October event, in the event that we are sold out, we reserve the right to no longer offer refunds unless you come up with a particularly compelling sob story. So that's the full pay link. That's the for pay link. And I'll tell you, a lot went into this. A lot of focus went into this in the last several days. A lot of background work for the possibility of this happened before that. I personally, left sunny South Florida and paid $10,000 to go out to this event, not to check it out, not to check Derek and Mike out. I already knew that these guys are awesome. Okay, these guys spit fireballs out of their eyes. They're incredible. But I'll tell you, being at that event really reminded me what special guys these guys are and how lucky we are to have individuals like them. And of course, our wonderful player coaches who we compliment all the time and other individuals, in OMG. There are, literally too many if I start singling one of them out, I'll either be here for 2 hours telling you all of them, or else, just leave it at that. I'm really excited about this event, Cotton. And once again, I want to bring it back to you, Cotton, because again, if we hadn't had that, that heart on fire energy that you bring to things in making, working so hard with David Mills behind the scenes and making OMG Live happen this year, then of course this event never could happen, and it's just incredible to me. This will change OMG forever. I'm really excited about it, and I just want to thank everybody so much for doing this. Derek, are you excited about the event?
Hey, Mike. Good to see you. Anyways, I haven't talked to you in a while. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a crazy event. I mean, we obviously don't have enough time to go over everything we want on the regular event, so Mike and I are just going to do bombs after bombs and just kind of like teach you like what's really going on and how we rank for super competitive keywords, and we do it extremely fast, and it really has to be a smaller group of people, and just because the information is very sensitive. Sometimes these are like actual pure hacks, and then they get closed, and it's like if too many people know about it, it's just not effective anymore, right? So it's really critical that it is the smaller room, but the information is extremely valuable, and I can't wait to get to meet everyone and teach you guys some really, really cool stuff.
Well, that's absolutely incredible, Derek. Mike Pierce, we're so excited to have you coming out. We had really, really been hoping you'd make it out last year. We had crossed our fingers, crossed our toes. Unfortunately, just due to some stuff that's going on, family stuff and so on, you weren't able to make it. What do you think this year? Are you excited about everything, Mike?
I'm extremely excited. I was bummed last year when I couldn't make it, but you guys were extremely supportive about all that, so it really meant a lot. And like Derek said, what I like about it is when we get together, we synergize, and to be able to share that with other people, I think is a really cool thing. I think it will be extremely beneficial to people, and I know it'll be a lot of fun. And I think, like Derek said, there'll be bombs dropped, and it's just going to be a great event for everybody.
That's awesome. All right, well, guys, it's always such an honor to be able to make a guest appearance on Simulation. Obviously, this event, in so many ways, the incredible heart and soul of OMG, and Cotton, thanks for having me on, and just what are your thoughts on this event? As I bow out here.
I think there's a lot of people that didn't have the opportunity to jump on last, to like get into the main event. And with this this opens up a lot of OMGers that were sitting on the sidelines that are now able to participate in the last 2 days of this. And I think they're going to get they're going to benefit just as much being one or the other. And I think that it'd almost be crazy for the OMGers that are going to the first one to not even try to get into the second one as well. There's going to be so much information that's like going to be shared. And, it's going to be all the same OMGers in day 2 as well. I'd like to know that I was talking to David about